Back on June 27th of this year, I put in a FOIA request to the U.S. Marshals Office regarding what I knew was some type of multi-state, interstate cooperation, conspiracy to target me as a journalist and to silence my voice. And so I put in a FOIA request to the U.S. Marshals Service after a particular event happened in Lafayette, Louisiana. Those on here that have been following my channel for a while know the things that have happened with Galveston involving the interstate cooperation from Lafayette County, Mississippi, to have me framed for a crime that never actually occurred in order to throw me into prison. The prison sentence, of course, was vacated, declared unlawful January of this year, and I was released. It didn't stop the conspiracy there. It continued on. I moved, as soon as I got out, a week later, I moved out to Layton, Utah. And when I was out there, I found out through public record request that there was a targeted campaign that had gone on involving an Oxford, Mississippi police captain by the name of Hilton Sessoms that reached across state lines 1,700 miles away, somehow, some way, found my address within a day or two of me moving out to Layton, Utah, disseminated that address out to the local police department up there in Layton with defamatory information. My address, my private information was then doxed out to 139 police officers up in the Layton, Utah area. This has grown out of control. The extent of this conspiracy that has continued and continued and continued. I go down to Lafayette, Louisiana, and Jonathan, supervisor with the Marshal's Office, the second interaction that we had at the courthouse made it clear that he had obtained information. He had come across information, and given the track history of what had happened with Galveston, and given the track history of what had happened with Layton, Utah, I had absolutely no doubt in my mind. You don't just fall into this information without it being communicated, okay? This is all part of the larger plan at place. So what I did is I did a FOIA request. I'm going to read this. It's a Freedom of Information Act request sent June 27th, 2025. The FOIA officer for the United States Marshals Service, the Office of the General Counsel in Washington, D.C. Your FOIA officer pursuant to Freedom of Information Act, yada yada, requesting access to and copies of the following documents and information. Number one, all communication, emails, letters, faxes, memoranda, reports, notes, text messages, bulletins, BOLOs, or any other correspondence sent to or received from Lafayette County or Oxford, Mississippi, and or any law enforcement or government entity or official therein, including but not limited to the Lafayette County Sheriff's Department, Oxford Police Department, Lafayette County Circuit Clerk's Office, or any other government official or agency, referencing or relating to myself, Matthew Oliver Reardon, also known as Don Matthews, from January 1st, 2025 to the present. All internal bulletins, BOLOs, be on the lookout notices, advisories, alerts, or any other information or communication distributed internally or externally to any law enforcement agencies or federal offices referencing or pertaining to me, Matthew Reardon or Don Matthews, following incidents occurring on June 23rd, 2025 and June 26th, 2025 at the U.S. District Court, Lafayette, Louisiana. Any and all communications or transmissions, internal or external, referencing any prior interactions with any law enforcement agencies or court entities in Lafayette County, Mississippi, Galveston, Texas, or Layton, Utah, specifically concerning or referencing alleged criminal history, prior litigation, civil rights activism, journalism activities, or any other investigative information gathered or transmitted. This was sent June 27th, 2025. Here it is, August 22nd, 2025. They're generally given 20 days to respond to a FOIA request. Of course, they're well past that. And I was actually going to be reaching out today and figuring out why the hell I haven't gotten my FOIA request. Because clearly something's going on here. Okay? Today I got a letter back from the General Counsel for the United States Marshals Service regarding the FOIA request. The U.S. Marshals Service is responding to your request received by the U.S. Marshals Service on June 27, 2025 for everything that is notated. Provide you with the greatest degree of access authorized by the Freedom of Information Act and the Privacy Act. We have considered your request in light of the provisions of both statutes. The records you seek are located in a Privacy Act system of records that, in accordance with regulations promulgated by the Department of Justice, is exempt from access provisions of the Privacy Act. Accordingly, to permit access to the records, your request was processed under the provisions of the FOIA. Long story short, what they did is they provided me 14 responsive records that are heavily redacted. Of course. This is our government for you. They don't like transparency at all. At all. Share this live stream. People need to see it. Okay? Put it up here. People need to see this. Here's the records. Friday, June 27th at 3:35 p.m. As you notice, the from is redacted out. The to is redacted out. The CC is redacted out. 3 different people, it is redacted out. Look at all these redactions, folks. Happy Friday. Please see the above alert notice and district court electronic device policy and share. Oh, let me say this. The attachments, okay? Subject is alert notice. The attachments, Matthew Reardon. District alert notice, okay? First Amendment auditor becoming a fast-growing trend at federal courthouses. Don't play their game. Just follow your training and local orders policy from the judiciary. There's a redaction right there. I do not have a copy of the electronic device policy for bankruptcy. I don't know why there's anything about bankruptcy, because there was never anything said about bankruptcy. I've never filed it. Not sure what that's about. This is from the Supervisory Deputy U.S. Marshal for the Northern District of Mississippi. All right? I'm over in Louisiana. Why is Mississippi continuously involving themselves in matters of mine and reaching across state lines? Then on June 30th at 10:45 a.m., we have once again a redaction here. 2, redacted person. Subject, regarding First Amendment Auditor Matthew Reardon. Good deal, I may use your photos. All these redactions, I put this out Friday to my CSOs on Reardon. He is banished from Oxford until September 30th, 2027. But I expect he will show up in Greenville or Aberdeen sooner than later. In case you don't have this photo, here you go. Okay? They're passing it along to multiple individuals within the U.S. Marshals Service and the Department of Justice, as well as other local officials. All these redactions. For your information, be aware, once I get a BOLO, I will send it out. Then down here at the bottom, it says, Guys, apparently this guy is hitting the federal courthouses in Mississippi and Louisiana. Next page. We will try and get a BOLO packet together. But until then, use this for your information to the guys. Greetings, Southern District, U.S. Marshals. I have attached reports detailing the encounter with Matthew Reardon. Feel free to pass along to your staff. Look at all these redactions. Look at all these names. 2 blank, 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 CC blank, 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 blank. Like 8 CC'd right there. Greetings all. On yesterday, Matthew Reardon, a proclaimed First Amendment auditor, was in the lobby near the CSO screening station recording live streaming with a cell phone. I've attached a copy CSO report and a draft my report detailing the incident. Please pass this on to your staff to remind them to report any suspicious behavior, no matter how small, to any USMS personnel, CSO, or outside guard. Feel free to contact me directly if you have any questions or concerns. From the Supervisory Deputy U.S. Marshal for for Lafayette and Lake Charles. Now, I am appealing all of this. I want you to know I 100% intend to get these redactions because this is in the interest of this is in the public's interest that this conspiracy is going on. It has wrapped itself up in multiple states, and I'm 100% willing to press forward with litigation and sue over this because it has involved itself in so many states with this reaching across state lines, and it's conspiracy. It's conspiracy. June 27th at 1:54 p.m. Reardon conviction documents. For our earlier conversation, here's his conviction docs from stalking the mayor here in Oxford. It is a felony conviction, and he is on unsupervised release. From what I'm told, without a felony charge and probably conviction, they likely wouldn't do anything with him on the state side. I watched the video posted yesterday. You mentioned a DUI arrest to him. Where was he arrested for DUI? In preparation for him showing up at any of our sub offices, I'm going through our local rules. They are conspiring to try to, once again, get me locked up right here. They're talking about that I need a felony conviction, a felony charge, and probably conviction in order for the state to do something, to silence me. This is major. This is major. And if you don't think that this type of stuff can affect you, think again. Because they're showing that they can do this to me, they can do it to anybody. All right? The 2022 stalking charge involving the mayor, what they conveniently left out, and what I've claimed steadfastly from the beginning, walking through City Hall, requesting public records, recording my presence, that was never stalking. They fabricated the charge completely. They had lies told by a bullshit-ass FBI agent by the name of Joey Monty, who the video evidence even contradicts 100%. Didn't matter. They completely denied due process, and what I've said since day one is the state of Mississippi and Lafayette County manufactured a family crisis in my life. I had a son that was fighting for his life in the neonatal intensive care unit at Le Bonheur Hospital. My wife conveniently got fired from her job 2 weeks after my public defender went to work for the mayor's husband. Okay? Just dropped off the map. All of a sudden went to work for the mayor's husband, Ray Tannehill. Started August 15th. And less than 2 weeks later, my wife conveniently gets fired from her job at Red Med in Hernando. I got the page of notes from Mitchell Driscoll that was actually in another discovery file that has her name written on the page, where she works, her phone number, and the position of what she does up at RedMed. And he goes to work for Ray Tannehill, for the husband of the quote-unquote alleged victim? Are you kidding me? And then she gets fired from her job. Tell me that that's not conspiracy. I 100% allege, and I've alleged since the beginning, that this was completely fabricated. They completely manufactured that crisis in order to force my hand because I needed to get out of jail. I was held on a no-bond hold on a completely bogus charge, and they twisted my wrist by using my family to get me to flee out. But you know what? The feds don't want to make any mention of that. The Department of Justice wanted to swat me away like a fly. They don't want to look at the facts on everything because they're guilty of sin. June 27th, 1:54 p.m. Per our earlier conversation, here's his conviction docs for stalking the mayor here in Oxford. Okay, yeah, I already read that. District alert notice. Okay? The purpose of this district alert notice is to inform all operational employees and court security officers of Matthew Reardon. Should he appear in person, please monitor this subject closely and notify blank or blank. Redacted. All right? They 100% have to release these details. These redactions have to come off. I'm going to file a lawsuit to get them removed if they don't remove them on appeal. Background: Reardon has recently been frequenting local, state, and federal courthouses to conduct what he describes as First Amendment audits. In the past, he has been more cooperative than his current videos show. Refer to your training and local rules from the judiciary on how to handle this type of encounter. It's got my information listed right there. This is a BOLO, okay? This has my pictures. Hey, they've circulated my pictures around. Unclassified court facility incident report. It basically talks about what happened right there. I'm going to publicly release this stuff. Fuck what they say about keeping this information private. The public has a right to know. There was never any crime committed. All these redactions. On Monday at approximately 1600 hours, Supervisory Deputy U.S. Marshal Blank received a call from Deputy United States Marshal Blank about an unknown individual recording video in the courthouse lobby outside the court security screening station. The individual refused to leave, stating it was his First Amendment right to film video in a public area. SDUSM instructed DUSM to call Lafayette PD for assistance. 425, SDUSM encountered an individual who introduced himself to be Don. Don stated he has no official business in the courthouse and he has a First Amendment right to record inside the building. After various conversations and several insults towards deputies and PD officers, Don refused to exit the building and suggested that SDUSM arrest him. SDUSM informed Don that he would not be arrested because he had not done anything that warranted an arrest. There we go. No crime committed. Moreover, SDUSM asked Don, since he was in the building and had captured video footage, it would be best if he exited the building if he didn't have any official business to conduct. Yet Don still refused. Later, after discussing the issue with a USA criminal, I would imagine a criminal U.S. attorney and a assistant U.S. attorney, SDUSM decided to close the building since all courts had adjourned for the day to get the individual to leave the premises. At approximately 4:48, Blank instructed the CSOs to close the building to the public. Don was instructed to exit the building due to the closure. While exiting, Don became belligerent, yelling obscenities towards LPD officers and SDUSM. Next page. You've got me right there on security cam. You got my picture right there that they circulated again. Okay. This is actually interesting. On Thursday, this is the second follow-up visit. On Thursday, June 26th, Matthew Reardon and blank entered the U.S. courthouse. Now, why did they redact out his name? They never actually got the individual that went there with me. Why is his name redacted? Why did they redact Brandon's name right there? This is very, very, very fishy. Entered the U.S. courthouse with their cell phones recording video of the lobby. When SDUSM blank contacted Reardon, he stated he needed to file a complaint. SDUSM asked about what? Reardon said it was about SDUSM blank, to which SDUSM blank advised Reardon to contact the U.S. Marshals Service headquarters in Washington, D.C. Blank asked Reardon if he had official business. He said he had no business. That's a lie. I said I was there to file a complaint. Okay? This is right to stand inside of a public building and record video. Reardon further stated SDUSM blank was unaware of the rules posted in the lobby. So SDUSM blank lightly placed his hand on Reardon's upper back, stepping in the direction of where the sign is posted so that we both could read the rules. Reardon suddenly jerked back, taking an offensive posture, and shouted, "Don't put your hands on me, motherfucker. That's assault, and I will have to defend myself." I did. Reardon and blank continued to create loud and unusual noises by yelling obscenities and insults, demanding to see a judge. Moreover, they continued to disrupt the lobby and refused to leave and stop recording, which impeded the performance of official duties by government employees. In that, court security officers had to focus their attention on Reardon and blank, which hindered effective security screening of people entering the building to conduct official court business. Nobody ever came into the building to conduct court business. This is all lies. This is lies told by the officials, okay? Furthermore, during the disruption, two unknown individuals entered the building to which Reardon and blank demanded their names and badge numbers, telling them they were on camera. It was recently discovered these two individuals were special agents with the Drug and Enforcement Agency entering the building to conduct official court business. SDUSM blank continued to communicate to Reardon and blank that they can't come into the courthouse, be disrupted, and record because local rules and standing court order prohibited possession and use of electronic devices in the courthouse. Finally, because of Reardon's erratic behavior and inability to reason, SDUSM asked Reardon, had he been drinking, and Reardon responded, "I haven't had a drink in 5 years, motherfucker," and that he had been with blank all day. SDUSM also asked about him stalking a public official in Oxford, hoping he would take note of the legal consequences and leave the courthouse. Reardon and blank continued to be loud and disruptive, saying they got what they needed, saying, "It's my ass." They both exited the building, yelling and cursing. I'm going to quickly go through these other ones right here. 12, blank, blank, and blank. Hey, we need to be reminded what had happened on that follow-up visit. So we're going to do that right here, okay? And see what a lying sack of shit Jonathan really is.
Huh?
Matthew Reardon?
Yeah.
How you doing?
All right.
You didn't get what you needed the other day?
No, I need to submit a complaint
About what?
about you, about the officer response.
Okay. And complaint from me, what I do to you?
Well, I thought that honestly you didn't know your rules and regulations governing conduct on federal property.
What are you here to do today?
I was here to figure out how to submit a complaint.
Okay. We don't do any complaints here. You contact the Department of Justice in Washington, D.C.?
I can.
Okay.
I certainly can.
We're going to start there. How about that?
Yeah. So by now you know my name. You know that this was not some just random occurrence that I popped into here. It was not some it wasn't like I didn't know what I was doing. I'm always recording.
Okay, so why are you here to record? What are you here to record?
Well, I'm a journalist once again, so I don't need to explain that
So
to you.
did you get any permission from the building tenants?
Don't need permission.
I think so.
And no, this is a federal courthouse.
It is a federal courthouse, but before you can come in here and record, you need permission.
That's incorrect. No, actually, according to that sign. Hey, get your hands off me. That's assault. That's assault. Don't put your fucking hands on me again. Because if you put your hands on me again, I'm swinging back. I'm swinging back the next time you put your hands on me.
Well, if you're going to swing, you can do that. But you don't want to do it.
Well, you put your hands on me, I have the right to put my hands back on you.
I'm just. You want to walk over here and let me show you?
No, we're not, because I know it's going to happen again.
You don't want to
Y'all going to come and block the door again.
We have the rules right here.
The rules, I showed you the rules. I showed you the rules. I showed you the rules. I showed you the rules.
So, what business do you have here today?
Huh?
What business do you have here today?
What
business you got?
We're going to film.
Film what?
You right now.
You didn't give the date on Tuesday?
You're just going to make yourself look worse and worse. I have every right to be here. I have a legal right to be here. It's on the rules and regulations governing conduct inside.
Matthew, you do have a right to be here.
Yeah, John.
You just don't have a right to be here and record without permission.
I'm sorry, the First Amendment gives me that right.
It does not in this building.
No, this is a federal courthouse, particularly in this building.
According to our local court rules by our district judge.
Okay, where's the order? Where's the signed order? In order for there to be rules, there has to be a signed order. There has to be a signed order. Go get the order. Go get the signed order.
Y'all Freemasons? I think y'all Freemasons, brother. All of them come against me and I prosper. If you touch me, brother, my God will deal with you. And my God already dealt with three fingerprints over there on Wall Street. He is. I don't know what happened. I hope to meet them one day and be able to tell them.
Well, how long you guys want to hang out with us today?
As long as it takes until you get it, until you get the point.
What's the point? Explain to you still haven't explained me the point. The point in coming in here every day and video this building.
No, he has not been here after that. He has not been here.
I'm talking to him about it.
Yeah, that's
my
partner.
point.
That's my partner. So,
why are you here? Explain. You don't have business
I've
here.
been in this place before. I've always been on the outside and the inside, and this is a beautiful building.
It is nice.
So, look, John, if I was in your shoes, this is what I would have done. I'd have been like, okay,
Educate.
what you doing?
Educate.
Okay, and then I would see that you clearly got a camera. It's a beautiful place. I would want you to videotape.
I came over here to find out how to file a complaint on you. You showed why.
This is an amazing situation.
Well, right now, you guys. We got a screening station here.
I want to see. No, it's not. Not before the stream. Go get a judge. Go get a judge. No, you're not. Okay, we're going to see what the judge says about that, because I do have a complaint already filed up, drafted up.
So here's
I'd like to see a judge.
This is a secure facility.
I'd like to see a judge.
Listen, you're not going to sit in here and yell and be disruptive. Either you're going to follow our rules or you're going to go to jail. Which is it going to be?
What's your rules?
You're not going to come in here and be disruptive.
Okay, I'm not being disruptive.
Well,
I want to speak to a judge. I'm not yelling. I'm not. I wanted to speak to a judge.
Calm down. Have a conversation with us. Otherwise, you go to jail.
So that's the second time you threatened arrest.
That's not a threat. That's just me telling you what.
No, I'm not doing anything. I simply said that you're gonna show me either a signed order or a judge, or I have every right to call out for a judge.
Well, there isn't a judge here. So here's the local rules right here, where it says. You want to read it? Can you, Mr. Reardon? You were in Mississippi just the other day, right? Is that correct, Matthew?
I travel all around the country.
Right here, where it says local rules. You read that?
They got the rules right there.
Yep.
You want to read that right there? So these are our local rules here at this courthouse here in the Western District of Louisiana.
Guess what? They don't trump the rules and regulations.
Going on there right here.
I'm challenging.
Okay.
I challenge you.
Come in. What do you want to do? You want to come in?
No, I'm in where I'm allowed to be right now.
Come into the building.
I'm in where I'm allowed to be right now.
You don't want to go anywhere else?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm where I'm allowed to be right now.
You just sit tight. All right? There's no guys.
I'm just videotaping, but
Yeah.
and I know it's
Well,
not
I want to be able to do a pat down on you guys.
No, I don't consent to search and seizures.
Well, if you're in the building, you're going to do it.
You're not gonna.
but
You right now, you two guys are.
You can't do that. That's a Fourth Amendment violation. That's a Fourth Amendment violation.
You're in a federal building. You know? So, I mean, you're in a federal building.
Hey, get back.
So why not?
Get back.
You know? Just step on out here.
No.
You don't want to be able to submit to a search?
No.
Huh? Matthew?
You're not going to touch me. I told you what's going to happen if you touch me.
I'm not touching you, Matthew. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
I have every right to
You
defend
just having a
myself
conversation.
legally. If you put your hands on me, I have every right to defend myself legally.
Just having a conversation.
Well, you're a little too close.
Just having a conversation.
I know he's way too close. He's way too close.
Just having a conversation, man. You guys are.
Just like
Yeah.
we got, but
Okay.
I know.
you got a decent little.
So, do you guys have any business?
Oh, this is gonna be great content. This is great content right here.
I do know I said to you.
I don't give a shit. I don't care if you consent or not. Your consent means nothing to me. It means
Just
absolutely
like the
nothing to
rule
me.
of law means nothing to you, right? You don't care about
The rule of law. If the rule of law cared anything about you, the First Amendment doesn't matter to you. The Constitution doesn't matter to you because you won't even read the rules and regulations governing. No.
So when I asked you, when you want me to read
What's your
them, you
name?
don't want to read them. Don't answer that.
You attack dog.
He's not answering questions. He's not answering
What's your name?
questions. He's not answering questions.
Oh yeah, but y'all can get in my face,
He's not
right?
answering
But
questions.
y'all can get in my face, right?
I'm the one answering
Y'all can get in my face, though, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I didn't know you had important for you, but that's just what I'm saying.
Oh, who do we got here? Name and badge numbers, please. Y'all are on the internet. Name and badge numbers. FBI? FBI?
You're not going to be talking to these folks like that.
I said name and badge numbers. I can talk to them. I can ask name and badge numbers.
You're not going to be disruptive. Come in here and be disruptive. So either you can walk out or be arrested, which is it going to be?
Oh, so it's under threat of arrest. So if I don't walk out, I'm under arrest.
You're in
So-
there being disruptive.
No, I'm not. I asked for name and badge number. I asked for name and badge number. I asked for name and badge number. So that was under threat of arrest, correct?
You don't know who they are.
It was under threat of arrest,
You're
correct?
in a public building.
So it was under threat of arrest, correct? Under threat of arrest? No, I heard it. He already said it. He already said it. It was under threat of arrest. Just tell me it's under threat of arrest. Just tell me it's under threat of arrest. Just tell me it's under threat of arrest, and I'm leaving. Just say it. Just say it. It's under threat of arrest, and I'm turning around and leaving. Just say it. Just say it.
You're the one that got arrested for stalking the mayor in Oxford too.
No, that was all bullshit.
But
Yeah, that was all set up. Yep.
Do you think what you're doing here?
Nope. I'm actually in a public building, and you can't. I'm in a public. I'm in a public building.
I think you've been drinking today.
No, he has not. I'm a witness to it. I'm a witness to it.
You've been drinking today, have you not?
Oh, here we go.
Hold this
Here
man.
comes the gaslighting.
Hold this man.
I haven't drank in 5 years, motherfucker.
You have been drinking.
I have not.
Say,
Oh my God.
Come on, say.
I've been
Come on, say.
in
He
his
has
house
not
all
been
fucking day.
Say, come out in the name of
I've been in his house all day.
That's your button. You like
Say,
to drink.
come out
You
with.
like the sauce?
He has
Oh,
not
I can't
been
wait.
drinking.
It's your
He has
fucking
not been
ass.
drinking.
It is your
Hey,
fucking
John,
ass.
he lives with me. He has not been drinking.
Exactly.
The devil come out. Devil come out.
He hadn't touched anything. I hadn't touched alcohol in 5 years.
You just got arrested last week for a DUI.
And guess what? The toxicology report showed no alcohol in my blood. Dumb motherfucker. Let's go. Yeah, I got enough content. Hey, you're gonna be famous on the internet. So you can definitely hear the inconsistencies with the report. They speak for themselves. That's why I record everything. That's why everybody should always record everything, every conversation that they have with the government, because that's what they do is they lie and they gaslight. And then as you can see, this is taking it a step further where they're actually reaching across state lines, and this is part of a broader conspiracy to silence my voice and to attack a journalist. It's not enough that they've done the things that they've done. It's not enough that I spent a year and a half locked up for a false charge from Galveston. Not enough that the prison sentence got vacated because it was illegal. Not enough that my private information got doxed out to 139 police officers up in Utah. They want to continue this attack further.
And they wonder why I go out and I record in public buildings and I record the government. They created this monster. For the idiots that are watching this live stream that are with the U.S. Marshals Service, with the Department of Justice, with the Lafayette County Sheriff's Department, with the Oxford Police Department, with the Galveston Police Department, with the Layton Police Department. I am a result of your corruption, of your conspiracy. You have created this monster that you hate. You have created this person that you are putting BOLOs out on. And guess what? I'm only going to do it more and more and more and more. I'm going to record every single federal building I come in contact with until the Department of Justice decides to get off their ass and actually do something about this. I'm going to hold them accountable. I'm going to record. I'm going to be well within my rights. And I'm going to sink as many careers as I can possibly think in the government. What I'm going to do, you can hold it, you can hold me to that. That's what I will do. 100%. I am out to destroy as many careers with the people that get in my way. And that's not going to stop. I'm not committing any crimes. I'm exercising my rights as a journalist. You've created this monster. And I'm going to expose it the entire time. Just like I'm exposing it now. And these records that are redacted, they're not going to stay redacted for long. They're either going to get unredacted on appeal, or a lawsuit's going to be filed, and we'll take this all the way up until a judge actually grants the release of these redacted records. Take it to the bank. I'm absolutely livid. But I can't say that I'm surprised. Because my intuition has told me to make these public record requests where I've found out this information. And I'm not going to stop digging and finding more and exposing more of the institutional rot that is going on within the government, both on the state side and on the federal side. With that, I'm going to end the live stream. I've got things I've got to do. There was actually mention of a couple of courthouses that they said that I'll show up to at some point. I think I'm going to go show up there. And I think we need to be reminded about what the government does. About gaslighting being their number one weapon, their number one turn-to weapon. We'll end this live stream right now. The gaslight anthem. And just know, you're not going to intimidate me off of doing what I'm doing. When you get pissed off and mad that I'm doing it, take an internal look. Because it's the people that are angry about what I'm doing. It's the reason why I'm doing it. I'm going to go audit a courthouse. I'm going to go audit some public buildings. I'm going to be the biggest thorn in their side they've tried to make me out to be. Rest assured, take that to the bank. And to the Mississippi Highway Patrol. I'm going to find out every single roadblock you have posted. I'm going to blow the whistle on it. And if I can get there, I'll be on the side of the road raising hell. Making your job as difficult as possible since you didn't want to do your job and exposing the bad cop that assaulted you. Take that to the bank.
Mark? Your name
Don
is
Matthews.
Don Matthews?
Yeah.
They said it didn't happen, even when the footage showed it. They said you misunderstood, even when you quoted them word for word. They said you were unstable, even when the system was falling apart. This isn't confusion, it's strategy. Gaslighting, the government's favorite tool. But every time they lie, another camera rolls. Every time they deny, another file uploads. Truth is the new rebellion, and we're filming it in real time. This is the gaslight anthem. It's the gaslight anthem. They said it didn't happen, even when the footage showed it. They said you misunderstood, even when you quoted them word for word, word for word for word. They said you were unstable, even when the system was falling apart. This isn't confusion, it's strategy. Gaslighting, the government's favorite tool. But every time they lie, another camera rolls. Every time they deny, another file uploads. Truth is the new rebellion, and we're filming it in real time. This is the gaslight anthem. It's the gaslight anthem. It's the gaslight anthem. It's the gaslight anthem. Gaslighting, the government's favorite tool. But every time they lie, another camera rolls. Every time they deny, another file uploads. Truth is the new rebellion, and we're filming it in real time. This is the gaslight anthem.